In this video, I'm gonna show how to install an R package from a private repo in an environment that is messed up because it doesn't have it. I'm gonna show what's the problem and then how to fix it. So here we have a package for an example. It is the packstax.data package, and here are the installation instructions. So this won't work in this system. This is an RStudio session, and I'm gonna just paste the code that I got from the installation instructions of the package and show that it won't work. First, because we need a token, and one way to get that token is with the help of this function here that you can also get from the installation instructions. So let's just try that. I'm gonna run that function, and it is telling me that I lack a personal access token to GitHub, and I can create one with this function. But well, this function comes from the use this package, so I need to do first a library use this. So let's do just that, or so let's do library use this, or we could also use this as a prefix here. But let's do with library. So with that, I'm landing on GitHub to create a token. Here I should give it a meaningful name. This is the name I'm going to choose for now because this token I'm going to remove. It's private information. I shouldn't be sharing it with you. So right after this video, I'm going to delete it, and only after that I'm going to share it. So here I am. This is a secret, so you should never never share this with anyone. And now I'm going to follow the rest of the instructions that I got from here, which is basically run this function. And now is when I'm gonna get some information that tells us that Git is not found. So could not find system Git. What does that mean? Git is the engine that makes GitHub work, and that makes our work controlled by different versions. So it gives us the ability to keep track of what we do, go back in time, fix problems, and so on and so forth. So we need Git in our systems. Otherwise, this won't work. So one way to know if you have Git installed is to go to a terminal. RStudio provides a terminal, so you can use that one and type which Git. If you get nothing here, no output, that means that you likely don't have Git. And another place to have a look at is here in global options, where you can go to the Git little option and see what you see here. Sometimes what you see here may disagree with the reality, really, because you can choose anything here. You can choose like a wrong file, and RStudio will think that's where Git lives. So maybe you somehow directly or indirectly inserted here a path that does not correspond to Git. So now in that address there is no Git in this system, and even if I do apply and OK, Git won't work. So you can try do something similar, something simple with Git, like Git init, which initializes a repository. But here you can see that there is no file in where it's Git is supposed to be installed. So the solution is to install Git. You should follow instructions, ideally from the book in Happy Git with R, and that gives very precise instructions to do it. But here I'm going to do it for this specific system. This is something that you may not need to do in your own system. This is how you install Git in a Linux system, and I'm going to then move forward with that. So now if I type which Git, now you see that there is an output, and it is coincident with the address listed here in global options. For RStudio to attempt to discover this place automatically, you should, after installing Git, you should restart this RStudio, not just R. So that's what I'm going to do just now, and only now I'm going to go ahead and continue with what I was trying to do. So running the installation function here is telling me the same problem that we had before, but now we know that at least we solved the problem where Git wasn't installed. So let's continue. Let's run this function again to remember what we needed to do. We needed to create a GitHub token, but we already created it. It's here. So the thing that we need to do now is not to create it, but to set it. So the function to set it is this one here, git craete set. So let's copy that code here and there. Let's run that. And now let's paste the token right there. And it's done. So let's see now how are we going with the help function. So the output of this function should be happier now, and it is. So the token has been discovered. I see like information and I see green checks. It all looks like it's fine now. So let's go back then to running the code to install the package. Let's see if that works now. It looks like it's working. As you can see, it's downloading a few things, all green checks. In the meantime, I can also show you that I can use Git. So Git init is what you first do when you want to initialize a GitHub repository, and this time it didn't throw an error. It said that the repository has been initialized, and with that, once we restart our studio, you will see a new little pane here that is called Git. I'm gonna show you that in a moment. But first, let's go back to the console. This is done, so now I could do library and the name of the package that we have just installed, pass-tags data, and here we have, for example, the data set. Sorry, let's do that. And now in pass-tags data, we have the data set, agriculture, livestock, which is the one that we're interested in right now, for example. So I wanted to show for last that if I restart our studio, I will get a little pane called Git. Here it is. If you don't know much about Git, this might sound a little weird, but if you do, then you will probably know what you can do with it. For example, commit a specific file with a little message like add a demo our project. This would make some sense to you if you already use Git. So alright, that's all for now. I hope this helps.